FM Greeno and welcome along to episode 8 of Better Than Eddie. So we've only played a couple more games since you were last with me. As you can see, we're still sat 5th in the table, but beside our name now is the European qualification that we were looking for. So we've definitely, as a minimum, qualified for the Europa League next season. So whatever happens in this last game today, we're definitely going to have one summer where we go ahead and make some transfers, and we're going to come back for next season and see how we do. As you know, originally this was just a one-season save to see if we could do better than Eddie Howe did. We've by far surpassed that. Interestingly enough, actually, in March in this save, he took over at Sheffield United, and as you can see, they sit rock bottom of the Premier League, and so he's managed to get relegated anyway. One other thing of note from this screen, which I thought was interesting, is in the clean sheet stats. Aaron Ramsdale now has got into 3rd place in that, which isn't bad considering he's a very young goalkeeper. He's only ranked at 2.5 stars in our squad, with potential to get to 4 stars, I think. But obviously, yeah, he's been doing something right, and a good defence in front of him. As you can see, we've only lost 4 games all season, so the defence has been much better than Bournemouth's real defence was. But let's go and have a little look at the schedule, and you can see how we got on the last couple of games. So since we were together last for that fairly dull 0-0 draw against Aston Villa, like I say, we played 2 games. We played Leicester at home, won 1-0. We scored very, very early on in the game through Callum Wilson. From then on, we just kind of nullified each other, really. It wasn't a great watch, so I'm glad it wasn't in an episode, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, held on, 3 points, all we needed to do. Then we went up to Old Trafford, much more difficult game, and yeah, unfortunately we came unstuck there. We were doing okay. We were, holding on to 0-0. We were pretty much under the cosh for a lot of the game, but we just couldn't hold out. So unfortunately, goals from Lingard and Maguire in the last 15 minutes, and we fell to a 2-0 defeat. And today we go up against Chelsea, who are sitting 7th in the league. Obviously, that's not going to be an easy game for us. But what is worth remembering, if we go back and look at the league table here, Man United and Man City are playing each other today. So, assuming that Man United don't win that game, if we can get a positive result, well, I mean, we need a win really, against Chelsea, then we can leapfrog Man United and pick up that last Champions League spot. So that's the aim for today's game. We're going to be keeping an eye on the United score as we're going along, I think. See if City can help us out in that endeavour. But of course the main thing is to beat Chelsea, so let's go and see how we're set up to try and do that. So as you can see, we're using a fairly familiar formation. It's something you'll have seen me use pretty much throughout this season. We're going with the positive version of it, as we have again most of the season. We've been in such good form, we haven't needed to use the cautious formation too often. One thing that is worth noting is at right back. So maybe you remember from the last episode, Jack Stacey was out, so we only really had Adam Smith as an orthodox right back. And of course, immediately after that Aston Villa game, first training session, he gets injured for 3 weeks and is going to miss the rest of the season. So the last couple of games we've used Steve Cook as a kind of makeshift right back. He can play there, as you can see, but it's not an ideal kind of thing. It's a bit of a square peg in a round hole. So we're not expecting him to do that kind of wing-back duty that we see from the other right backs. We're going to get him to play more of a full-back role, so we won't expect him to overlap past Wilson so much. He won't be getting crosses in from the byline or anything like that. But hopefully he can do a job and help solidify us defensively a little bit. So let's get through to the game and see if we can get the result we need against Chelsea. So I'm hoping Chelsea feel they haven't got a lot to play for today. They've been in fairly poor form themselves recently. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They're sitting in 7th place, and no matter what happens today, win, lose or draw, they're guaranteed to finish 7th. No one can catch them and they can't catch anyone else. So with a bit of luck, they'll have a bit of an off day, although the way they've started doesn't look like it, with Callum Hudson-Odoi putting them 1 up. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not a great start, is it? Those hopes I had of them playing poorly and not really caring about the game, gone in the first 9 minutes. We need to up our game a little bit here. So let's demand a bit more, even this early in the game. Get them focused, that's the way. Rico's on a yellow already, so we'll have to watch him a little bit. What's happened to Hudson-Odoi here? He's having a bit of a talking to from the ref. Has he been a bit of a naughty boy? No card or anything. A bit strange to show that as a highlight, but a great ball down the flank. Callum Wilson, oh, he drags it wide. He's right to go across the keeper, of course, but unfortunately just off target. Chelsea building again from the back here. Kante on the ball, making his way fairly pedestrian manner through our midfield. Got to Reece James, Jorginho now. Kante again. Can someone get a foot in? No. Slowish build up here from Chelsea. Callum Wilson pounces. He's taking the ball from their centre half. Can he finish? No, unfortunately not. A good save from Kepa there. Keeps Chelsea's lead intact. Let's ask for a bit of creativity. Up front, we're not exactly setting the world on fire currently. I mean, they're a good side, Chelsea, of course. You know, a lot of great individuals in their squad. And we go through to half-time and we're 1-0 down. Let's have a little look at what's happening in the City game. They're 0-0, so we really need a win here. We've got to push on and score 2 goals in the second half. Okay, so let's get them out with a bit of a flea in their ear, which has motivated them. Start the second half. We'll give it 10-15 minutes. And if we haven't got the result we're looking for, we'll make a couple of changes and maybe go even a bit more positive. Chelsea with the first highlight of the half. Steve Cook clears the ball with the header, but only as far as Jorginho. Out to Mason Mount. Don't want to give him too much time and space. Oh my good lord. What a fluky goal that is. Oh, that is unfortunate. Good ball out to the left there, picked up by Mason Mount. There's a good cross in fairness. Pulisic heads it against Diego Rico and it falls straight to Abraham. Ramsdale's on the ground, having committed himself to the original effort. And Abraham's got a simple task to tap it into an open net, so we're 2-0 down. Right, time for a bit of a rethink. I think we're going to go into an attacking formation. And we might even bring on a second striker, I think, at this point. So I think Gutierrez will have to be sacrificed. We'll bring Lerma up. He's a very strong central midfielder. We'll put him in a box-to-box role. Maybe we'll drop Lewis Cook into a deep-lying playmaker role, just to give a little bit more support in front of the back four. And it's time for Solanke to come on. Solanke likes to play as that pressing forward, and that means we can put Callum Wilson bang up top where he's most dangerous. So hopefully this will, with a bit more of a shout, maybe show some passion this time, we can get ourselves back into this game. It's not looking very hopeful at the moment though. Another highlight here for Chelsea. Mount on the ball again, Kante, Hudson-Odoi. Can we stop this? That's a good header from Rico, and Ryan Fraser picks up the ball. Callum Wilson, he's through on goal. Finish it. Oh, he's dragged it again. That's his second chance in this game that he's just not hit the target, and that's not good enough at this level. 20 minutes to go. Steve Cook with a throw. Harry Wilson on the ball. That's a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. Gotta be. Free kick? No way! That was definitely in the box. Oh, goodness me. Harry Wilson floats it over the top of everyone. You get the feeling it's not going to be one of our days? I think so. Certainly feels that way to me. Let's think about another change. Have we got anyone here who can make a difference? I think possibly we bring Stanislas on for Fraser. That's about the best we can really do at this point. He's the only one who's going to affect things going forward. Highlight here starts with us. Ake. Lewis Cook on the ball now. Rico. Can we get the ball into the middle? Rico beats his man once. Into Ryan Fraser. Callum Wilson hits the target this time, but it's pretty tame. And Kepa picks it up very easily. So just 10 minutes to go. Let's go for it. Very attacking. It's not going to make a difference when you're 3-0 down. Oh dear. We have blown it. It looks like City have taken the lead against United, so they've done the work that we wanted them to do, but we've let ourselves down here at home. 3-0 down against Chelsea. Just one of those games. We've not really been in it since the start. We've got a chance here, possibly. No, it's looks like a counter-attack from Chelsea, possibly. Mason Mount. Although he's given it to Wilson, he's got to score here. Oh, he's hit the post. I can't believe it. He obviously doesn't want the golden boot this season. What's that? 3-4 really good chances, and yeah, he's let the side down on each occasion today, unfortunately. There we are. Not to worry. So we're just playing out the last few seconds of the game here. It's a done deal. I don't think the fans can be too disappointed though. I mean, it would have been nice to be able to grab that last Champions League spot, but you know, I think finishing in 5th is automatically through into the group stage of the Europa League without any qualification, so I think that's pretty much well, Bournemouth have never achieved that in their history, so it's yeah, it's quite something really. So here's the final league table. We did finish 5th in the end, which is what we were expecting if we didn't win the game, and it is confirmed that that puts us through to the group stage of the Europa League. So we've got that to look forward to for next season. Well, we've been awarded just over £30 million for that league placing, so hopefully the board will allow us a fairly decent transfer budget. I think we need to strengthen in a couple of areas, especially as we're going to be playing on multiple fronts next season. So we'll run through all the end of season stuff here. As you can see, we have our end of season awards, and our player of the season was Harry Wilson. No enormous surprise there. He was very, very good. Lots of man of the match awards, and did very well in the assist chart, and chipped in with a few important goals himself too. Second place was Gutierrez, and third place was Ake. So no place in the top 3 for Callum Wilson, in spite of the fact he scored 21 goals and only finished 1 goal behind Harry Kane in the goal scoring chart. So I don't know whether that's an indication of how well the rest of the team did, or that the fans just weren't too impressed with a few of the games Callum Wilson could have done a bit better in, like that last one. Goal of the season was Callum Wilson against Arsenal. We'll go and take a quick look at that. I don't remember the goal myself. He's just picked up the ball on the halfway line, run at defence. It better be a spectacular finish. Oh, it's a good finish, but yeah, not quite sure that's what you'd class as goal of the season contender, but it's not bad. Signing of the season, Gutierrez. Well, he was the only sort of permanent signing that we made beyond the ones that were here in the summer already, but he did slot into the side much better than I thought he was going to at the beginning of the season, and yeah, really cemented that place in centre midfield as his own. So he did very well. Young player of the season, obviously Harry Wilson. Unfortunately, he's going back to Liverpool now, and they don't seem very keen at this stage to let him let him come back to us next season. So yeah, we'll keep chipping away at them over the summer and see if they're going to play ball, but it's not looking likely at this point. Maybe that'll give someone else an opportunity. David Brooks or someone like that can come into the right hand side. So the season review: we finished 5th in the Premier League, lost in the 4th round of the FA Cup and the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. Completely filled the stadium, so that's pretty good. In terms of the club vision, nothing much changed in terms of what the actual, in the style of play. They want us to look at building a new stadium. Okay, good. Finish in the top half of the Premier Division and reach the first knockout round of the Europa League. So I think that's pretty much achievable. Assuming we can build a little bit more squad depth, we should be fine. So, dressing room atmosphere good, managerial support good, as you would expect. It should be a happy dressing room now. The end of season team meeting, we're going to tell them we want to sort of finish mid-table, I think. So, oh, they want to be a little bit more ambitious. Okay, that's fine. So, if that's what they want to do, now they're telling me that we've been too ambitious. So that makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, fair enough. Well, let's see what happens. It's the summer. They'll be happy when they come back from their holiday. Where do they want us to go on a training camp? So we can go to the USA, Germany, Austria, South Africa, Scotland, Holland, Hong Kong, Singapore or China. Yeah, USA is fine. Let's go to the States. So that kind of wraps up the end of season stuff. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. It was not the result I was hoping for, but overall I'm very, very pleased how the season has gone. If you have enjoyed this, please consider dropping a like on the video. It really helps me to get seen by other people. If you haven't already, please take a look through the earlier episodes in the season, and you can see how we got to where we did. And if you'd like to subscribe to this, you'd be able to see more of this content, plus my save with the Indian national team, which is a lot of fun as well. Finally, just like to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all again after the summer break, where we'll have a look through all the new transfers and get into the new season. Bye for now.